Craft Lady, where I'm going to show you today how to make the simplest, easy mince pie, because it's Christmas. Who doesn't love a mince pie? Gets you right in the festive spirit. Oh, just delicious. Okay, so you can make these from any time now. I would say it's mid-November. I'd eat a mince pie now. So I want to show you how to make just simple mince pies. You can put them in the freezer, so if you don't want to eat them all, make them just now, get them in the freezer, and you can take out a few at a time. Just leave them to defrost. You can heat them back up, just wrap them in some silver foil, put them in the oven or put them in the microwave, and you've got an instant homemade mince pie. Okay, all you need for this is we're just going to use a jar of already shop-bought mincemeat. You need to get a block of short crust pastry and some flour and icing sugar for dusting once they come out of the oven. Now you will see that I have this gadget here, okay? This is from Amazon, okay, and it's a little it makes tiny little mince pies with this little wooden dowel, or it makes little sort of canopies, 24. So if you are using one of these, or if you want to go and get one, if you make lots of pies or canopies or anything little like this, apple pies, they're really good. You just roll your pastry up, you just put it in the little roll, you put it in the little hole that you want, and then you just give it a twist around, push down on it, and instantly you have made your own little mince pie. Okay, now if you are making these and you're just making them with a normal sort of tray, and you don't have one of these, you can just buy a sheet of ready roll and get your cutter, cut them out and lay them in so that you've got your bottom ones. I'm going to do mine like this because I've got it and it's easier. Just take my little balls. I just got this recently and I cannot stop using it. It's like my favourite tray. Okay, just into the, wrong end, into the flour, give it a press down, into the flour, give it a press down, and I've got one last one to do. I made my balls a bit big so they're a bit messy there, but they're fine. Okay, into the flour. Give it a good press down, and we are good to go. Now, when you've covered your whole tray, whether you're doing, I'm doing 24 smaller ones, but the recipe tells you how to do 12 if you're doing normal size ones as well. So once you've got the bottom of your tray filled, you just want to go and take your mince meat. If you're using a normal size, you want about a tablespoon or a big heaped tablespoon. If you're using a small little one like I'm doing, you want about half a tablespoon of filling, a teaspoon, sorry, of filling. So half a teaspoon, you might want a teaspoon and a half if they're slightly bigger, and just start working your way along, filling them all up. Let's go. Okay, so once you've filled up all your lovely little mince pies, I always find the easiest way to do, rather than do a top and try to get it to stick on and everything, is to just take some pastry, to just roll it out, and then just with a bit of flour, and then I just use a tiny little, say, star cutter, which is quite nice. You get some different sizes. I've got a little one for this one, and there's a bigger one, and I've just cut out some star shapes on the top, and I'm just going to lay each star shape on, and the edges of the stars sort of touch in line with the pastry of the edges, and it looks really Christmassy, it's festive, and it's way easier than a full top. Okay, these are all done and ready to go in the oven. They took like 5 minutes and they smell so Christmassy. They look amazing. These are all going to go in an oven, 200 degrees for about 8 minutes. If you've made only 12 bigger ones, then they're going to go in for like 10 to 15 minutes, okay? So just keep an eye on them. When you bring them out the oven, leave them to cool for a minute, and then just use a blunt knife or a little back of a teaspoon, pop them out onto a cooling rack, allow them to cool, then you can just bag them up and put them in the freezer. Put them, if you're putting them in a freezer bag, then just try to be really gentle until they're frozen, and not put anything on top of them or anything like that, okay?